let's talk about RV hacks. So these are things that make RV life a little easier or a lot easier. And we're going to talk about from storage to pretty much anything that I've done to the RV to make life a little easier. And a lot of these things I've never seen done. And it's because, you know, there's so many house items. And these are good items and they work just as well in an RV. So let's get started. So this is a really interesting one. They sell these on Amazon, and it's just a plastic hoop. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So the little gaps between the door, I got these things there. And I'm going to show you something what they do. This is a size 13 shoe. Look at that. You can put them there, you can put them there. You take 2 of them. Like I said, size 13. Out of the way of the door, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can put a bunch of them up there and they just store everything out of the way. I got these here and I got a fire extinguisher next to the door. It's just a really nice storage thing. I have these listed on my website because they're just a good item. And I know I don't list them in the description, but you can find my website in the description to be able to find where these things are at, because they are just cheap and nice, reliable item for storing your shoes away. And like I said, they take up no space at all. You can stack them as high as you need to. So another thing is shelves and storage areas. So I generally try not to put them everywhere because you don't want to junk up your RV. You know, putting shelves and storage on every single corner, it can really make an RV junky looking. So I put one here. It's underneath the TV here. It's a good spot. It gives me a little tiny shelf. And over here, I got another one that's over the oven. So you can see here, I got the oven here. And I got a shelf here just to kind of get a couple drinking cups out of the way. Now, this is something very unique. You can buy these cutting board material. And what I did is, because I never use my inside stove, I bought this material. I put a couple spacers on the bottom of it. And I bought this little bracket that can clip it to the wall. Drilled a little tiny hole right here. Cut it to size, you know, whatever size you need it. And what I do is I flip that up. I slide that in. And now it won't move on travel day. I have a nice hard surface to do cooking or whatever prepping I need. My stove is underneath. And like I said, I don't use my stove, so I just keep everything in a storage drawer. So if I do need it, I can get it out. But since I don't need it generally, I just keep this here. And like I said, that latches it in. It won't move on travel day. And another nice tip is on travel day, any odds and ends, throw them in the sink. You know, that sink is deep. It's going to hold a lot of odds and ends things, you know, the little things you got here and there. You know, a little light or my little bug control device. Just keep it in your sink and you're all good for travel day. Something I want to show you real quick while I'm here at the sink. This is kind of cool. So, let me take all this junk out. This device here screws on your bottom of your sink here. You just take that and you screw it on, and this thing pops in your sink. And what's neat about that is when you push it down, it clicks down and it seals it, so it's nice sealed sink. Click it up, it lets the water go through, but it's screened. And there's a little screen that you can pull out and dump this in your trash. The reason why this is a nice feature is any junk that goes in here, it won't go into your gray tank. And the reason why that's good is I have a device that I can take a shower and all the gray tank stuff can be filtered out. And that's another video, but I just like that, you know, I can keep all the garbage out of my gray tank by putting this little pop-up screen thing in. So again, some of these things are not necessary, they're just nice to have. And I prefer not to have anything battery powered in this RV, but a clock is fine. You know, a clock like this, the battery is going to last me probably 4 years before I have to change the battery out, or maybe 5. So I don't have to change the battery out often. And I got a little thermostat here. Again, this is just a static, there's no batteries in it. And it tells me the temperature in here. Gives me a good idea of, you know, what's going on with the air conditioner, you know, whatnot. Like I said, I hate changing batteries out. And I know you saw me with this thing. EverReady, I love EverReady for certain things, but not for batteries. So let me show you what I got in place of that. So this is what I use in place of it. And you hold it down, or you tap it. Tells you how much power is left. I got 95%. Hold it down. You can dim it. So turn this down to dim it. Turn it up to bring it to bright. And this is bright. It'll light up the entire outside of your RV. Different colors. Red. Hold it down. Turn it off. And like I said, what I really like about this is I've used it for 3 nights now of camping. And I've only used 5% of the battery. So it lasts a really long time. I know I would have to recharge this one day, but I just don't like recharging things all the time. Because I don't have to recharge this thing, you know, all the time, I love it. Something else I really like are these little hooks. So you can get these things, these are for regular bathrooms and houses. These are stainless steel, so it's nice, sturdy. You can see it ain't coming off, and it's just designed for a bathroom and a house. Now, the reason why this is not coming off, and I can really yank on this thing. The reason why it's solid as the rock, I got those special anchors that are for drywall anchoring behind it. And again, I'll show you a little picture of it. I'll list it in the description. Those little anchors are solid as a rock. What I generally do is I use those command sticks and put them around your RV. See if that feels right, if everything, you know, works right for you. And then replace your command hooks with these, because these are permanent. But figure out where you want to put them first with the command hooks. Then put a nice permanent thing in there. This is actually interesting. This is a bug zapper, and let me turn it on. All right. So what's interesting about this is I bought it because I thought I'd need it outside of the RV, you know, to get rid of the bugs. But interesting enough, it works great inside the RV. And the reason why that's true is, you know, in and out, kids are out and you're in and out a lot. You're going to get some bugs in here. It's no question asked, you're going to get some bugs in here. And what you do is at nighttime when you're winding down, turn this on and just turn it on for, you know, an hour, hour and a half. And in an hour and a half, it will pretty much kill every single bug inside your RV. So love that. It's great for inside the RV. I don't have to recharge it a lot. It lasts, you know, I'm running it for maybe an hour, hour and a half every day. And it will last me about a week before I have to recharge it. So again, it's an item I don't have to recharge a lot, and you know, it just does its job. It gets rid of all the bugs, and then I can just leave it hung up there, turn it off. I just got a couple screws. I got one screw here, one screw there, and it kind of anchors itself to the wall. Because of that, you can see it ain't gonna come off. Fans. Let me talk about fans real quick. So I originally put these fans over the bed area because you know how RVs are. If it's cool or hot over here, underneath these little, you know, corners, they get the opposite. They either it's hot outside and it's hot over here, or it's cold outside and it gets really cold over here. You don't get this consistent temperature in your RV because of this little kind of pocket area that's over here. And I thought that these fans would work, and they, don't get me wrong, they do work. They're just noisy. You know, they're right over your head when you're sleeping. So they're a little annoying for that. Now, I have a solution for this. So what I did, I put this fan over here in the, you know, eating area. And what that does is all the heat and air conditioning and everything in the RV that comes through, this little fan blows that towards the little area where I'm sleeping over there, and it makes everything in the RV one temperature. And that's the key, is I can get this little fan over here, one temperature over there, and like I said, the fan over there did the same thing, but it's right over my head. It's noisy. Where this fan is way away from me, and I can sleep all night with this little fan running. Like I said, hear it? It's got a little bit of a hum to it, but it's pretty quiet. And with it far away, I can sleep with that. So this tip is on power. So my RV has a boondocking style setup and regular, on camp setup where you're plugging into shore power. And I make sure that, this outlet is shore power. It says shore. I put a little label on it. In the RV world, we love labels. And I added this little battery setup here, and I put a little sticker, it says battery here. And what it does is it gives me off the battery 2 USB charging ports. It gives me those ports. It gives me a cigarette lighter port here, or whatever I want to do with it. And if I turn that on, now it's using power. And the reason why I like a toggle is these things kind of can draw a little bit of power just by being on. If you don't have a switch, it's going to be drawing a little bit of power and wearing your device down. It's going to be using these things. So with a toggle on it, it's off. It's not draining your battery any at all. It could have been draining it 2 watts, but 2 watts in the boondocking world is actually a lot of power. If you 2 watts there, 2 watts there, it can really draw things down. So that's why I like toggles on things. If you look down here, again, I have one outlet area that says battery and one says shore. These are just little tiny wall mounted outlet thing you can plug into an outlet, and it's got little toggles on it, but just nice, easy. I know this is shore, I know this is battery. Gives me some extra USB points to charge devices. I just like the simplicity of it, and it makes it so I don't have to do complex wiring in the RV. So that's my list of, quick RV hacks. It's not a complete list because there's, RV world, there's a million hacks you can have on your RVs. And it's just a quick little thing for help people out, when they're going to be doing their RV stuff. One more hack, just as a last minute thing. And I actually get conflicting people on this. People don't agree with me, but the facts are the facts on this. So if you have a paper towel, okay, and you have paper towels on there, and it's a big roll. I don't have a big roll on here, but let's say it's a big roll, okay? When I'm pulling down on it to rip the paper towels out, and the paper towel is pulling out here, that's a lot of leverage, and you can see it's pulling on the RV base a ton. Now, we got a big roll, and it's pulling on the inside. You don't have as high of a leverage point. So what I'm saying here is put your paper towels with the paper towel on the inside here, and then you'll have a less chance of it ripping off the wall of your RV. So that's just a last minute tip. Save your RV walls. One more thing, sorry. I keep adding things on. I'm just seeing it here. You can also buy these cork board pieces. They're little strips of cork board, and put a couple, tacks on it. And what I like about this is when we have our, we've gone somewhere to get an agenda of what things we're going to do for that day. I like to tack it here. That way, before I go out the door, I can take a quick peek and see what the tasks I'm going to be doing that day are. So it's just a nice little cheap location for putting your tasks. No more. That's it. You like what we're doing? Please subscribe because you all make it happen.